Hi. Today the main topic is that the logging in web development. So a lot of people think about the logging in web development. Example, front-end engineer. You might be really underestimate the impact of it. So right now I'm just gonna try to talk about the business first and the also engineering. Um, if you're an engineer, if you're like making a new service, if you're in the startup, what you mostly um, learn or hear about is lean startup. So what is lean startup? So lean startup is basically two key things. One is BML loop, and second thing is that pivot. BMM is a build, measure, and learn. So what's the basis of lean startup? There's a lot of like business strategy, like development strategy. There's I think two ways. I forgot the one of it. It was like I think product development. Yeah, I think um, product development model. I think there was a so there's a product development model. And second thing is that and the customer development model. So it's really kind of difference of it. So product development model is that I'm just gonna give you an example because this is kind of really little bit theory, but it's really better than giving just giving example. So it's like I know I think my product is gonna be if I sell my product or if I use my idea in some kind of way into our business, it's gonna be 100%. I'm just gonna 100% succeed. So those kind of things called the product development. I already know the customer, and I think my idea is um, gonna be like miracle or those kind of thing. There's gonna be big impact. I know the customer. They will like our product. Is kind of is a product development model. So customer development model is basically I really don't know the customer. I don't know what my friends like, but the customer is just strangers, and that means that I don't know what strangers like, but I have to find the strangers, the like 10,000, 1 million, the strangers that like. So I don't know what to do, but I'm just gonna try to make first and trying to see the user like it or not. If they don't, I change it. So that's basically customer development model. So build is there's a giving like hypothesis. Example, you are let's say you are trying to make some kind of Facebook. Let's say Facebook. If you're trying to make Facebook, example, you're Mark Zuckerberg. Your first hypothesis that college student will like our product. Harvard is a Harvard, no college. A lot of college students will like our product because the Facebook was only for the Harvard student because a lot of people have some kind of fantasy. A lot of students outside the Harvard university have some kind of fantasy that Harvard people. So what they did was they make a Facebook, but their basis hypothesis that like our student they like the Harvard.edu, the Facebook, those kind of like students or those kind of thing. So there was the hypothesis. I know there's a bunch of hypotheses that user like to follow other user. So those kind of thing is hypothesis. So based on that, you build stuff. So it's called the minimal viable product. There is a hypothesis, and you build it. And now you measure it. You may measure that this hypothesis is correct, but you find out that the Harvard college, that a lot of people doesn't really like our product because of Harvard. They just like it because they can just follow the other content of it. So based on that, based on this, that's called the measure of it, that your hypothesis is correct or not. If it's not, you learn it, and if there's really low in retention, you do the pivot that your hypothesis is wrong, and you make up to the new hypothesis that the almost opposite of this. Those kind of things are actually lean startup basically. So now this engineering, the web development, front engineering, why logging in web development is important? Because when you're trying to make some kind of minimum viable product in your startup, the measure is really important. So the measure is directly on the logging system, and also A/B testing. The A/B testing is that make the A feature and B feature and compare the retention rate based on that, and you measure and you choose the B if the retention is better on the B feature. But whatever. So this is why logging system is really important, because based on the hypothesis, you have to measure it. Example, there's a low retention rate. Example, you don't really like some kind of button. I don't know what kind of button, but let's just use this hypothesis. There's like follow button, but you found out that like 80% of the user click this follow button. So which means that you have to log it, attach to the logging system to measure it. If you don't have logging on the follow button, you don't know that user like this button or not. And the worst case that your CEO, your PM, PO just delete it with no reason because they think there's no kind of interest of it. So I think that's why logging system is important. So I know there's no big of engineering, no like other thing, but I think the logging system is kind of important in terms of that, because logging system is basically checking that your hypothesis is right. What you have to do is our engineering, those kind of things has to have biggest impact of it. If it's just like the showing of engineering, you're not engineering, but you're just a weirdo. So logging system, that's why we have to make sure that logging system on your web service. If you're a startup and if you neglect the fact of logging and those kind of A/B testing you will be mostly fail. I believe it, because those kind of thing is basically the effort that to reduce the percentage of luck. So I think this kind of really explains this of why do we need logging system in web development. So how do you really implement the logging system? You don't have to really make logging system from the scratch. There's already great library which is Posthog, and Google. It was like Google Analytics, but whatever that. You can just install the library from your web dev, and you can just attach the logging system on your button on the feature of it. Example, the follow button. You can just attach using some kind of the function that library provide, and you can just put it on here, and you look at it how many user touch this button. So I think this is it. Yeah. But basically the login system has to be attached with the development, or so you have to think about those kind of ad blocker on it, because a lot of people can use the ad blocker. You can just use reverse proxy to block serve this issue. So whatever. So this is have a nice see you next time. Bye bye.